Hi, so let's continue our discussion on lesson 8.1. So this time, we're going to be talking about other methods of savings and investments. So when you're depositing an amount of money into a bank account, and that's what we call a cash investment. So when that cash investment increases due to the account's rate, then that amount is what you call as the return. Okay. Now, other kinds of investment that may be riskier are called stocks and bonds. So when we talk about stocks and bonds, stock is the term that is used when people gets shares of ownership on a particular company. So any investor who owns some percentage of the company is what we call as a shareholders. So whenever, see for example, one person has some shares on a certain company and they want to buy more or sell those stocks, then that exchange is what we call as the trading. And so when they are traded, that happens during the stock exchange. All right. So you might probably have seen a couple of things, and I don't know if you have read your newspapers or what, but stock tables, this is how people can monitor how much they are earning through the stocks that they bought. Okay. So those newspapers and online services, they give current stock prices. So every day, almost every minute, it changes. So what are those information on a stock table? So first we have the 52-week high. It's the highest price at which the company was traded over the past 52 weeks. So 52 weeks is like a year, okay? 52-week low, so similar value, but it is the lowest price in the past 52 weeks. So those are your keywords there, okay? So stock is the name of the company, and if you see the SYM, it is the symbol that is being used by the company for trading. So each company has specific symbols that they use. So for example, Disney, they use DIS. So they tried there, but each company, because you know how a lot of companies have almost like similar names and stuff like that, so they have specific symbols that they use for trading. Okay, so div, if you see it on the table, the word div, it actually refers to dividends, and these are paid share to stockholders from last year. Okay, so pretty much what these stockholders have earned. All right. So yield percent, the yield, and then percent, that's the percent yield. And then volume 100. So this number, the number under this column stands for the sales volume in hundreds. So if you have 5 only, then you automatically add the two zeros on it, because that is 5 100. So actually it's 500s, okay? Other parts, it's a really long table. Once you see our example later on, you'll see what we will understand more clearly what we are talking about here. So the high and low symbols, this is different from the 52-week high, 52-week low, because this high and low values are either the highest or lowest price from yesterday. Okay, so high and low is just from yesterday. 52-week high, 52-week low, it's the highest or the lowest all throughout the last 52 weeks. Okay, so when you see the close name on the table, it's actually the price at which the shares are traded on the stock exchange yesterday. All right, and then the net change, this is the change in price from the market close 2 days ago to yesterday's market. So that's like, has there been an increase or decrease between the price of the stocks? And then PE is the price to earnings ratio. All right. So for us to be able to compute the PE ratio, all we need to do is divide yesterday's closing price by the annual earnings per share. So let's have examples for this, okay? So this is an example of a stock table. And for this is Disney's stock table. And this is just disclosure here. Disclaimer, this is in 2012, all right? So let's take a look. what were the high and low prices in the past 52 weeks? So because it's asking for the 52 weeks, which one are you going to look at? It's going to be over here. So the 52-week high is 42.38 and the 52-week low is 22.50. So these are in money. These are money amounts, okay? Next, if you own 3,000 shares of Disney stock last year, what dividend? Okay, so the keyword here is dividend. So where do we go look? Here, under this column here, div. So as you can see, annual return last year was 21 cents. So if you have 3,000 shares, all you need to do is multiply that 3,000 by 0.21. So last year, you were able to earn 630 from the stocks that you have with Disney. Okay. Now, what is the annual return for dividends alone? How does this compare to the bank, which offers 3.5%? Okay. Now, if you take a look, the yield percent, okay, is over here. And according to it, it's 0.6. So it's only 0.6%. Okay. And this is way, way lower than if you put money into your bank and you put it at 3.5% interest rate, okay? So this is the percentage of how much returns, how much interest people get when they put in money for their stocks, okay? How many shares of Disney's were traded yesterday? So when we are looking at yesterday's, it's going to be over here, okay? So we have 115,900. Now you gotta add, this is the number by 100. So you have to add another 2 zeros at the end. So a total of 11,590,000 shares were sold out, were traded, I should say, yesterday. So what were the high and low prices from yesterday? Remember, this is from the last 52 weeks. So the other high and low prices are over here on this right side. So the highest amount during the 24-hour yesterday. So every second, every minute, every hour, the value of the stocks change. So this is the highest that it went yesterday, and this was the lowest price it was from yesterday. And then it closed, okay? It closed at the amount of 32.50 yesterday. So at 11.59, that's what the final amount, final price of the stocks of Disney from yesterday, okay? So let's take a look. What does the ... mean in the net change? Okay, you see here net change. Remember, the net change is the difference between 2 days ago and yesterday's. All right. So since you have a ... in there, your ellipsis is shown here, it means there was no change. So 2 days ago, it was also 32.50 when it closed in the market, okay? So that if there is a value, then you know there's a different value 2 days ago for the closing, okay? And then compute Disney's annual earnings per share. So the formula, the annual earnings per share is yesterday's price per share all over the PE ratio. So the PE ratios, 43. Yesterday's closing price is how much? 32.50. So if you divide those two, so it is roughly around 76 cents. So that is annual earnings per share. So that's how you will earn for every amount that you put into your Disney stock. Okay, so that's how you can read your stock tables.